Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Jason, JR Custom Designs, and the creator, designer, developer, manufacturer of RotoBoss Rotary Attachments. Today, I'm going to do a quick video on the three different models of the RotoBoss Rotary Attachment. This is unscripted, so it is what it is. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask during the video, or if not, leave a comment in the section below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. If you bear with me just a moment, I'm going to set up so I can see the live chat. Working for me here. There we go. I don't know if anybody's coming in, but if you are, welcome once again. It is Thursday morning, and I'm going to be going over the RotoBoss Rotary Attachments. As you can see, sitting on the table, you have the three rotary attachments that are available. Three rotary attachments that are available. You have the RotoBoss Junior, and the RotoBoss Low Roller. All right. So the main rotary that was first developed was the RotoBoss. This was developed in order to kind of give an answer to all the problems that we had with rotaries at the time. Let's see if I can get some better light on here. This one, you see it is in red and black. It now comes all black with red knobs. Just kind of to streamline things as far as the manufacturing with the other companies that use these. So, but anyways, so this was built to address all the issues with current rotaries on the market. And what I mean by that is, really no rotary on the market until this one. Besides, there's the Lightburn camera, or Lightburn, the Pyburn, which somewhat addressed it with a clamp. But I've had this clamp out for the regular Boss rotary, the flat one. Matter of fact, let's see. All right, so this clamping system is what I would call tried and true. I've been using it for almost 2 years now. This is the same clamping system that is on the original Boss rotary. It's just been modified to work with the RotoBoss, as well as a couple other rotaries. I've actually on the Boss mod, I've actually came out with a clamping system for that as well. That way, you can now have a clamping system. But anyways, so the clamping system was one of them. The ones that are out there were really weak. This one has about 8 pounds of pressure when applied. So it provides ample pressure down on it. It also comes with 3 different size wheels for different thickness of materials that you might be engraving on here. The other thing was the heel plate. Again, like on the original Boss rotary that I had, I made a heel plate for it, which is not uncommon. There's a couple of them out there already. Lead Shine had one of them. Epilogues had them out for a long time. But this was my version of those two things. All right. And also, if you're ever using a rotary and you're trying to do a handled mug, which I'll show you here. All right. So if you got a handled mug, another big thing the issue we had was on any rotary was the fact, I don't know if you can see it, the handle hits the wheels when it's all the way up against the front, whether you have a clamp or not. For this, I developed, again, this is on the original rotary, carried over to the RotoBoss. It's a spacer that goes in there and mounts to the clamp, which is right here. Cup goes on. Now your handle don't hit. To rotate freely all the way around. So that was another issue that I had to address. The next one was raising and lowering your item on the rotary. Okay, so if we put cup in there, this rotary is the first rotary to ever have a mechanized, actually everything's mechanized on it. As you can see, the sled's mechanized by the screw that I'm turning back here. And the towers are both mechanized by the screws here. Alright, so the other thing I was talking about addressing was the raising and lowering of down here. Alright. So if you're looking at it, you're raising and lowering your cup or your whatever you're doing here. Alright. So before, when you had a really odd size item, say it was really skinny down here, it was really big down here, you'd have to take your item and flip it around so the opening was on this end, and then you would have no way to clamp it. Well, with this, again, another first is you can fully adjust up and down the motor side to allow for quick and easy, precise movement. And once you lock it in, or once you stop turning, it locks it in through a proprietary combination of things that are going on here. I mean, obviously, some of the stuff that I'm using is not proprietary, but the actual the function and use of what I'm doing is. So I won't be going over that with you. Come on now. All right, we lost our camera. All right. So some of the benefits of a one-man show here. Sorry about this. All right. Now that's out of the way. All right. So, anyways, so you can raise and lower both ends, allowing for some really strange size objects, which I don't happen to have one right off. But if you need to offset these at all on either side, you're fully able to do so. So this the lifting mechanism on here actually solved two problems. One was the fact that both sides lift. It's not uncommon, it's typical that the slave wheel side lifts, but the motor side does as well. But this solves two issues. When you're able to make a fine detailed movement using a level or whatever to level your items, you can do so easily with this knob, either knob. And when you're done, you're done. There's no need for thumb screws to tighten everything down. There's no need for any other outside um, influence, I guess, if you will, to hold it and maintain its position. So, let's see. The wheels on here, um, you got dual O-rings on the slave wheel side, and you got triple O-rings on the drive side. Really, the main reason for that is for when you're using a mug spacer, so you have room still to do items, you still have a couple O-rings to ride on, or you have more contact here when you use a regular cup or what have you. They've got belt tensioners on the back. Keep your belt tight and check it periodically. These weigh, this one here fully done up weighs about 10 to 11 pounds. And this one and my RotoBoss Junior over here, I'll show you in a second. These all have the prototype plates on them right now, which everything is going to be full metal that you see in black. All your plates. The only thing that's going to be printed, 3D printed, are the plastic pieces that are on here in red. So hopefully by the end of March, we'll start seeing those come out. Still working with the manufacturer right now to get those made and produced in a larger quantity. Everything in here rides on sealed ball bearings. They're pressed in on the shafts, and they're also got tensioner screws you see on the bottom here, or on the back side, which I know you can't see. Why this is blurry. But anyways, so I know you can't see them, and I apologize for that. But you can always go to RotaryAttachments.com. You can check out the pictures and everything that are on there of it, and kind of piece everything together if you need to, or just leave a comment or a specific question, and I'll answer it as soon as I get around to it. All these rotaries, whether it's the RotoBoss, the RotoBoss Junior, or the low roller, they will all work in any or most any large machine, i.e. 16 by 20 for Boss and up, and the full size version, which is this, which is about 21 inches long. Then you have a compact version that's about 15.5 inches long. All right, either of these, this and the low roller comes stock at 15.5 inches, just for the fact that it was designed for smaller desktop machines and everything like that. If you want something bigger, you need to ask, get a hold of me and ask for it. It is a little bit more, but you can get it on a full size as well. But I don't have that option available right now because it eliminates the confusion of people getting the wrong thing. But the RotoBoss Junior can either come in the compact or the full size. And that's available at checkout when you're selecting your machine and what you're wanting with it. That's one of the options that you have to choose from, is which size rotary do you want. Make sure that you measure your bed and or your internal box dimensions for the machine to sit down in. Now I have here, I'm going to show you, this is a prototype again. I have a working prototype out for testing, but this here is a magnetic foot. Magnetic foot would mount to the bottom of the rotary, and your magnetic pad would be here, and it would actually grip the inside of the box on either side. So you'll have 4 contact points with the magnets. For those that don't have rails that go across the machine, and they need to set them down into the belly. You can get these with or without magnet feet. It's up to you. The magnet feet do help keep it in place very well. Yeah. So, let's see. All right. So, we're done with the RotoBoss. Unless you have a question, feel free to bring it up. All right. So, we're done with the RotoBoss. Now we got the RotoBoss Junior. Now, The RotoBoss Junior is not unlike any other rotary that's on the market. You have your drive side, you have your slave wheel side, and you have your adjustable bracket on the side, and also the sled that moves it back and forth. So this again is mechanized, but just by twisting the lead screw on the back. And again, this is mechanized up and down, and it locks in place when you get it where you want it. So you don't have to worry about using autofocus and it dropping on you when it presses down and all that stuff. So essentially, you can see on my level here. Alright, so again, get your cup, put your cup in, move your sled back and forth, line it up. Alright, you can use a level as such, set it on the cup, and you're going to dial it so you get it down where you want it to be. Alright, so once you get it level, I don't know if you can see that, probably not. But once you get it level, at any rate, once you get it level, you're good to go. You can go ahead and do your engraving. Lining this up and getting it positioned to where you need it in your machine can be done several different ways, and I'll share that on another video that I'm about to do. I'm going to do just a low roller, do a sample cup on it, and kind of go over a few things with that. But I mean, other than that, it's the same. All the pieces, the functions are the same. You got your clamp is the same. You got a tensioner pulley tensioner. You got a heel plate. You got adjustable slave wheel tower, adjustable sled to adjust your distance, and again, this one is in the all metal version right now. These are prototype plates that I got for it. And again, hopefully those will be out ready to rock here by the end of March or the beginning of April. Alright, so here is the low roller. This is the newest addition to the RotoBoss Rotary Attachments. And if you look at it, there's not much difference between it and a Junior. However, with this one, you're able to use it on the smaller cabinet machines, like your modified K40s, your your Eon Mira series desktops, or the Thunder Nova 24, and some other Chinese red and black or yellow and black smaller 40-50 watt machines. This one has, as it's configured right now, it's got two small wheels, which are these right here. On the slave wheel side, it's got two larger wheels that are the same ones that come on the Junior and the RotoBoss. These give you a little added extra height, so if you're doing something little oddly shaped, so like we have a cup here. Right, so if you have a cup that's kind of oddly shaped, I mean this one's not that instance, but like a growler or something like that, where the neck is smaller than the tail. You can use this to do that. Use the bigger wheels for that. Now, just keep in mind when you're using these wheels versus the big wheels, your circle pulse is going to change and all that. But that's something that you get with the manual. You get some baseline numbers to start with, and you can tweak it from there and make it work best for your machine. with these small wheels on there, from the base to the top of a 30-ounce cup, you're right about 5.5 inches tall total. Right. Then if you put the bigger wheels on, you're about 6.5 inches taller, or tall. So depending on how you're using this and what cups you're using will determine what your configuration will be. These are optional. These do not come with it. They are optional. The big wheels are optional. They come with standard with the smaller wheels. So that is an upgrade option. Also, it has the mug spacer on there, and with it, even in the low profile with the smaller wheels, you can do a mug without any issues. At least the JDS ones. And if you have issues, you can have the bigger wheels. It'll space you off a little bit more, and you'll be able to do them. Or since this sits on the blades, if you notice the mount feet here and over here, they're serrated to sit on top of the blades in the machine, and that locks it in place so it doesn't move. Any blades in between can be removed if they are removable on your machine. Otherwise, they can stay where they're at. And this here, on this one, it goes just below parallel to the ground, or level with the ground. It'll go level, and it'll actually go about 2 or 3 millimeters below level. So you just move your blades out of the way, and you can have full range of motion with that. Again, the clamp, everything's the same as on the Junior. This is basically identical to the Junior, besides the mounting feet and how it's kind of set up with the clamps and heel plate and towers. All that stuff is the same configuration. But obviously, looking at the two side by side, I know it's hard to see on there. There's a little bit of a discernible difference, but not much. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's what I have as far as the RotoBoss Rotary Attachments available now. And again, you can find those at rotaryattachments.com/shop. Check out the videos on there. If you find the right video, there's one of them that actually has a discount code in there. If you can find it, it's yours. But other than that, that pretty much covers everything I want to talk about with the 3 different models. Again, just remember, the common question is, do I get a RotoBoss or RotoBoss Junior? And that's completely up to you and what you do. If you're just doing tumblers and cups, the Junior is perfectly fine. If you're doing tumblers and cups and base vases and growlers and wine glasses and stuff like that, then this is probably your better option because it's so versatile. So just those are the kind of things just keep in mind. It all boils down to what your machine size is, whether you get a compact or full size, and then what you're doing as far as materials would be your RotoBoss or RotoBoss Junior. Now, I will say this real quick, and then I'll be done with this video. The RotoBoss Junior, which is over here, RotoBoss Junior comes ready to accept a upgrade kit to the RotoBoss. The only thing the kit doesn't include is the crossbar, which would be what you got originally. If you want to update that as well, make it bigger, or need to make it smaller, get a hold of me in advance. But the kit to upgrade your Junior to a full-size RotoBoss is available on the website as well. And every single RotoBoss Junior that leaves the shop is upgraded, or upgrade ready, drilled and tapped where needed to accept the kit for the RotoBoss. So I hope this video helped answer some questions. I try to keep it short, and obviously I don't script anything, so it kind of is what it is. But again, if you like what you see, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. On Facebook, like and subscribe. Follow it. Created by RotoBoss Rotary Attachments. And there's also tools and jigs for Boss, Eon, Thunder, and other laser page as well on Facebook. And we'll see you next time.